Okay. Stream has restarted. Hopefully the buffer will do better. Alright, so that was just the event. So now, what is going on this week? Untamed Fox, are we discovering something, having a discussion, or starting a new project? We're repairing the aqueducts. Okay, that will be a project. Actually, before that happens, we advance the projects that are already here. So we've finished training the wild kids with weapons. So that will be part of, let's say, the community. We now have rescued wild children soldiers. We'll say with weapons. Because they could be scouts, they could be... Okay, so we're going to repair the aqueducts for 1 week. That's a lot of work for 1 week. But that's fine. We'll say repair aqueducts. So in that regard, then, I'm going to put the caveat in that because we're only spending a week to repair the aqueducts, then we do have quality tools. That's true. And we do have the kids themselves as child labor. Okay, I can see it. I was going to put a caveat in there that most of the community was going to spend its time, so that would have an impact upon other projects. But yeah, we do have forced child labor that we can use to finish the aqueduct. So, okay, I'll give you a week. It is, however, going to exhaust the children. I will put that caveat in there. It will exhaust them because we work them to the bone, because, good lord, we are fucking evil. Okay, so that's the project. Jesus Christ. Pocket Ninja, you're back, and it's your turn. Summer. Yeah, holy crap, we're forcing these children into exhaustive labor in summer. That is terrible. The new week. Summer is a time for production and tending to the earth. We can start a project related to food, or it is a time for conquest, and we can start a military readiness and conquest project. Well, I mean, I guess it depends upon how disrepaired these aqueducts were. I mean, presumably they're made of stone, like Roman aqueducts, unless we're talking about something else. So I guess it depends upon the quality of the aqueducts. I'm just thinking a week is an awful short amount of time to repair ruined aqueducts. But if they're only just a little bit, if they just need a little bit of maintenance, then I guess it makes sense. And we're buffering again. Hopefully the buffer... Okay. Well, so we'll keep it at a week to repair these aqueducts. That's fine. So, here we go then. We have a project. Food production or military preparedness and conquest? This is for Pocket Ninja. Is this?
Is it working now? Aha, yes, cool. Food production.
Food production, okay. Okay. So, what specifically?
Since we seem to be so hell-bent on military and stuff, I think food production might be a nice change.
Okay. So, are we setting up the hanging gardens to be food production? Are we working on cattle, horses? What specifically for food production? What's the project? food production is the theme, but what are we doing for food production?
Produce crops because we're making ourselves ill by eating meat all the time.
Okay. So we're going to do a crop planting project. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not a vegetarian, but you know, too much meat is gonna mess your gut a little.
That's probably true, especially if it's horse meat.
With it being summer, we're gonna need probably a different variety of food. Well, a bigger variety of food when it comes to winter.
Okay. So how long are we spending on this? I guess it would be. Well, I mean, I don't know, because we're setting up. See, this whole 6-week thing, I guess we can actually probably use more. I don't really. I guess we're setting the groundwork here. Is what the project is, because the amount of growth time would have to go into the next season. Beef trees. So this crop planting project then is basically setting up for the crops then.
I'll say what we've discovered is beef trees. I'll say what we've discovered is going to be that the wolf dung, I suppose you could call it, is actually like really advanced fertilizer.
Okay. Okay, so those are two different things then, the discovery and the project. So are we? How are we gonna word this?
Things can grow really quickly. So we'll give it 4 weeks.
Okay. So this is going to be setting up. Oops. Setting up a new food production system that will be ready in a month. Okay. Okay. How far back? I saw the stream buffered a little bit. I just want to make sure that we are not too far back. Okay. So I think that was it. That was the action, right? Okay. So we move on to the next turn. Now, before we do this, I just want to say, in order to be able to sabotage someone else's project or to do something in opposition, we need to have
as I typed.
some opposition or some contempt points here. So, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good, Pocket Ninja. Thanks. So I'm going to make an assumption here then that the sabotage. First of all, there was contempt made on a decision. This is I'm coming to this message a little bit late. This is not for recent events. I didn't see the message there. So, sabotage in what way? The project. Let's say, okay, well, let's say this doesn't end the project, but let's say it lengthens the project. Something happens that causes the project to go a little bit longer. Okay, so tell me how many more weeks you think this is going to add to the project. So it's going to add that, or it's going to be that. Okay, it'll be that. Okay, so someone has been dissatisfied with the focus. Damn it, I just want this thing. Hold on. Why can't I grab... There we go. Okay. So in future, please remember to tell me so that I can keep track of how many contempt points you guys have individually. But since this was a retro thing, we just kind of pulled it out and then spent it immediately. Okay, so something has happened in the project, in the Repairing the Aqueducts project. Someone thinks that the children have been worked too hard and has been sneaking them out of the line, has been sneaking them extra food and water, basically has been encouraging them to slack off. And because of that, things are way behind schedule, and instead of 1 week, it's now going to take 3 weeks to finish the aqueduct. Okay, so that's that. We now move on to Zoc. This is the Jack. Predators and bad omens are afoot. You are careless, and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Or, predators and bad omens are afoot. What measures do you take to keep everyone safe? If we do this, we do not reduce project dice. We don't focus on projects this week, or someone goes missing.
I think someone is missing the mathematician.
The mathematician?
Back
the mathematician has disappeared. So we no longer have the wandering mathematician. Disappears in the night. And what else does that say? Just under ominous circumstances. Yes, so predators and bad omens have been happening all week, and suddenly the mathematician is gone. Okay, so then what is the action? Oh, wait a minute. First I have to advance the project. Okay, so now what are we doing? Are we discovering something new, having a discussion about something, or are we starting a new project?
Yeah, let's discuss
Okay.
the other village. What are we gonna do with them?
Okay. So I will take this one. Clone. There we go. And let's talk about this. Let's talk about the other village. Okay. So, everyone, please give me your opinion on what to do about the other village. Give our priest back. Jeez, I can't type. Okay.
Yeah, build a wall and let them pay.
Build a wall around our settlement, I'm assuming? Well, actually, Zoc, this is your decision, so you don't get to... You just bringing up the topic. Everyone else gets to chime in on it. Okay, warn them of darkness. Okay. Yeah, the way discussions work is you get to say, something must be done, and everyone gets to say, let's do this. discussions are just meant to sort of focus possible choices for things people want to do on their turns. Take their kids. More kids! Anything? Well, I don't know. We never talked about the priest. He was just a new character that just decided to leave. An ocarina teacher. Okay, well, while you two are thinking something up, I'm going to get some water real quick. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so we're gonna try and trade them some horse meat. Get some good relations with some horse meat. Gift of horse meat for relations. and demand the priest back. Okay. Okay, that is the discussion there. Okay, so that's that turn. Now move on to Caleb. Here we go. Ace. A contingent within the community demand to be heard. Who are they, and what are they asking for? Or, a contingent in the community have acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged, and why did they damage it? Is it permanent? I should play RimWorld again. I got better at it after the series. I actually got off the planet. Hold on a minute here. Shoot, I keep clicking out of the window here. Okay, so we have concerned parents who are asking for some child labor restrictions. Let's say... Okay, so what does this actually say? They're demanding that, they're asking for that. Okay, so we now have in the community, we have some angry parents over child labor. Okay, so now that is just a thing that happens. That's an event. Sorry, I have to untangle my headset here. Hold on. So actually, I think I should put that under problems. It's not necessarily a problem. It's just conflict, but for ease of description, I will put that under problems because these are things that could pop up that we will have to deal with. Okay, so that was the event. So then it goes to turning down the projects. So 1, 1, and 2. Now let me see here. How long ago? That was just new. Okay, so we'll deal with that one after the turn here. Okay, so yes, Caleb, it is your turn to discover something, have a discussion, or start a project. The mossy stones are their payment. Have a whole economy based on mossy stones. I will, however, put this out here. God, why is these so hard to grab? There we go. I'll put that out there as a reminder. You want to explore the mossy stones? Okay. And how long do you want to spend doing that? 2 weeks. Okay. We'll put... dang it. Okay, we'll just put it over there. I might end up having to stagger these so they actually fit on the board a little bit better. Okay, so this is another retroactive here. Yes. So to clarify, for future reference, these contempt or objection or whatever we're calling these, this is supposed to be a reaction to an action somebody takes. So, spending time to discover something, or starting a project that you don't agree with, something of that nature, you can then tell me, whisper to me, that you object to that, and I will put that as a point, and I will keep track of who's got points, because the idea was that this bowl is supposed to fill up, and that it would look like, oh my god, a lot of people are opposed to this, but we've all kind of jumped in on this whole evil business, evil bandwagon here. But this is supposed to be, each person who whispers me will get 1 point per every time they object. It'll go into the bowl so that everyone can see it, but each individual will only have a certain number of points to spend then towards the sabotage or the objection or something of that nature. That's how it's supposed to work. Right now we've been kind of doing things retroactively. So this, for the next time, it has to be as a reaction to something somebody chooses to do, is what it is. In this particular case, what has happened is that the priest left because he didn't like what was going on here. And as time has gone on, especially as we have put children to work repairing the aqueduct, forcing them to plant our crops, trying to befriend this evil girl, spreading her evil ways in the community, other people have said, you know what, that guy had the right idea, and they have left to go after him as well. And what that has done is it has created a little bit of a labor shortage, which means that each project is now going to take a little bit longer. So I am just going to add 1 more week to it. I'm not going to say that a ton of people left, just enough to be a nuisance. And so we're going to leave the Explore Mossy Stones as is, because that's a brand new project. But these other ones, we're going to add another week to each of those projects. Okay. So, we're ready to move on to Jesper. Okay. Whoops, not in my hand. Why won't this go in the pot? There we go. Okay, the 9 of diamonds. A project fails, which one and why, or something goes foul and supplies are ruined, and we have a new scarcity. Which I would say would be one of our resources or abundances would then go into the scarcity pile. So, does a project fail, or have we suddenly run low on supplies? Possibly in reaction to everyone leaving the settlement. And I can always flip a coin. Gaining her trust. Okay. So, we'll say that it just doesn't work out. Project fails. Oh, okay, so she has found out we have been tickle torturing, or that we tickle tortured her grandpa, and we still hold him captive, and she found out about it, and she just has completely gone against us as well. So that's a bit of a problem, because now we have both of them against us. So we get rid of that project. And we say that that is no longer a thing. So we'll come over here. We will say that this had... dang it. Failed once she learned about her grandpa. Is that how we're building the relation? Because it did say that he was a relation, or she was a relation. That's how we determine that, right? So, okay. So that is the event. What is the action? Discover something, have a discussion about something, or work on a project. And things like that can also be used for the objection too. If you don't like what project got canceled, you can... this is for anything that basically someone does that you don't like. It builds up resentment, is what it's supposed to symbolize. It's supposed to symbolize the grumbling and the dissatisfaction in the community. We do not actually have a cow... Well, okay, so we do. So the thing that happened here was the cattle were a scarce resource because they were just wandering around. We decided to bring them into our fold, so we have them as a resource for our community, but they're still scarce because there weren't very many of them. So how do you want to work on that? Bear in mind, this is all happening within 1 year, so breeding cattle isn't really going to do us much good by the end of the year. However, we could maybe use them for trade, or I don't know. That's up to you. What do you want to? How do you want to handle that?